A Forbidden Love. The Gathering. The Indian subcontinent was a patchwork of princely states and British colonies in 1820. Beautiful little Anjali lives in enormous tea estates and lovely sceneries in the heart of Bengal. Her eyes mirrored the calm, deep waters of the Ganges, and she was renowned for her grace, humor, and seductive gaze. For the benefit of his people's wealth, Anjali's father, a well-liked local zamindar and landowner, kept a friendly connection with British officials. Anjali was a constant companion to her father at the lavish parties hosted by the British officers, her presence a symbol of sophistication and culture. She met Captain William Anderson for the first time at one of these events. William was a handsome young officer from the British East India Company who had just moved to Bengal. Anjali was captivated by his tall size, stunning blue eyes, and slightly melancholic manner. They made eye contact across the room, and in that brief exchange, an unspoken bond was formed. Blossoming romance. Weeks passed, and William and Anjali discovered they were drawn to one another. They first spoke casually to one another at social gatherings, but their exchanges quickly increased in frequency and intentionality. They would spend precious time together in the expansive grounds of Anjali's estate, talking in a mix of Bengali and English, laced with poetry and visions of a society unbound by social conventions. Anjali's brilliance and her unshakable spirit charmed William. In return, Anjali thought highly of William's moral character and his sincere regard for her culture. The strength of the human heart is demonstrated by the way their love blossomed in the face of political unrest and cultural differences, difficulties and obstacles. That being said, there were difficulties in their love. William's developing feelings for Anjali were disapproved of by the British officers, who saw it as a challenge to their dominance and sense of racial superiority. Despite their affection for William, Anjali's family was concerned about the potential consequences of their marriage in a culture where customs are strict. Despite opposition from all quarters, the bond between William and Anjali grew stronger. They dreamed of a time when they might be together fearlessly and find comfort in one another. With promises of unending love whispering in their hearts, they arranged a covert meeting place where they would meet by the riverbanks under the full moon. The intersection. William was given the task of spearheading an offensive against a princely kingdom that was rebelling as political tensions rose. Their delicate world was shattered by the news, which arrived like a tempest. Anjali was terrified for William's safety, and William was haunted by the idea of abandoning Anjali in a dangerous place. They had one final meeting by the river on the eve of his departure. William clung to Anjali and assured her that he would come back and figure out a way to be with her. With tears in her eyes, Anjali offered him a pendant, signifying their love and a promise of hope. The repercussions. William had no news for months. Though Anjali's heart ached from worry, she clung to the belief that their love would win over. With calm fortitude, she carried on with her life, committing herself to her people and their welfare. Anjali observed a familiar man approaching the village children one fateful day when she was taking care of them. It was William, still very much alive but worn down from combat. After surviving the campaign, he came back to keep his word. There were tears, laughing, and unwavering delight throughout their reunion. Their love had lasted in the face of all odds. They managed to stay together with the help of Anjali's family and a few understanding British officers, their love serving as a lighthouse of harmony in the world torn apart by colonialism and cultural divides. A love legacy. In the area, Angeline Williams' love tale became a legend and a representation of the ability of love to know no bounds. They dedicated their lives to promoting intercultural understanding and the well-being of the populace, leading calm, happy lives. Their turbulent beginnings gave rise to a love that is a tribute to the idea that real hearts can triumph over all obstacles and that love knows no bounds.